Hello and welcome. Now then, I'm back on here. I should have been on here yesterday, and I was on here. I came straight on and was immediately disheartened, because I went into the productions. The session before it had worked, and if you look in this, that is so bizarre. Did the materials missing? Now that I know the materials are missing for that. Yeah, but this one here, I came in yesterday and it literally had stopped working. Wow. Am I on the right one? Let's just check, because it really had. That was it. At space. Now it's partially working. So I'm looking at the storage. Now if you look very closely, it's got 1.3 million. It's reading the sorghum and everything from the silo, hence we've got 1.3 million. It's added the storage to all of those. Now luckily for us, some of these things the potatoes though. No, it's not reading those. Of course it's not, because they're in the other storage. Okay, so why out of space then is. Now I'm thinking there's only one thing that I am really thinking about, and I thought back to Saxthorpe, and I thought I was going to do this off camera, and I thought no, because other people would be interested in finding this out as well. I thought, why? I mean, I was thinking it's storage. Now is it the fact that no, it's not. If the storage, let me show you what I'm trying to say. Now we've just seen that this is reading this silo, but this silo doesn't have the potatoes in. So it's 1.2 million is adding to the 100-ton storage of that. So it is gaining that, but that's not thrown it out. That's the flour's quite happy with that. Now the other silo, it's not adding this storage to it because this is 5 million. Yeah, and the potatoes are in this one, so it's not that it's reading that. The only thing I am thinking that it is, it's right next to another potato factory. Now, there's an overlap. Yeah, there is, and I don't know. I've had this once before. I had it, and I thought, well, what is the commonality? What's the common link between this and the Newell Farm one, the dairy that I had on Saxthorpe, where it also happened? We had. Yeah, now on that we had two dairies, and I thought, I wonder. Now they were slightly different. One had added other features that the other hadn't, and actually it was the very strange thing is that the other one by Newell. I'll show you. Yeah, let me show you what I'm waffling on about, because it's I always find it's very confusing if you don't have a point of reference. Yeah, we're better with looking at things. Yeah, this one here. The Cookie Factory by Chris and Riley S. Yeah, this is the one that I placed. This is the one that went wrong. It wasn't near any other silos, nor was it near anything else, and yet for some reason it said out of space. Now that one I think was something to do with. I went into the mod thing and it basically said the pallets had gone funny. So again, what I should have done was to sell it and then remove it. Now we have got 30 tons of potatoes in that one. That's not the end of the world, but I'm wondering if it's to do with this one, because there's two potato things. That's the only other thing I can really think of. Or is it the chickens doing something to it? I was thinking about this. I was thinking, perhaps you should never have storage near a mod, and I thought, well, I don't know. I know it mucks around with things. I know that myself. If the potatoes were close to this, it would read the potatoes. It's reading the sorghum, and we never put the sorghum in here. But funnily enough, those aren't actually. It's the French fries and the premium potatoes. Now this is close, but not so close that you'd actually think it's doing anything. And it's only reading its own 50 tons of potatoes, nothing else. But is it because, if you look carefully, now they are different. Now to me, the game knows that they're completely different products. French fries and premium potatoes in the Omatana. Now I've had this with the Omatana before on another map, one of her products, and it again was near a silo, but then the silo, it was just stuck there for ages, and I've had this bug me throughout the game, and then all you have to do really is then get shut of them. So this one here has also got premium potatoes. Different, but does the game understand that. As in, like, is it conflicting? Is it a premium potatoes that actually the game knows? So there's premium potatoes and there's French fries, both overlapping, even though they're completely different things. Now, is that the conflict? Because these are the very ones. I mean, their material's missing, and that's right. It's not saying anything about outer space. The only ones that are out of space are these. So do we make a test? Do we switch off for one time? We've not got those two going. Is it just the fact that they're there? We've only got the potato gratin and the potato soup and the potato salad going. And how much potatoes have we got? We've got 29 tons. I have a good mind to what we're going to do is we're going to save the game. I've also had a bit of a mod cleanup, so there's a few things that might have got a few things missing, not really important things. So if we sell this potato plant, we spent a fortune. Yeah, but that's the whole point of the test. But to do the test properly, what we'd have to do is let's make sure there's no auto save on. I don't think there is. No, there isn't. Fantastic. So we've saved the game. We've got a base one before we do this. If we now, you'd have to go out and come in because the mod's sort of like set around things. So if we sell this one, because it isn't fantastic and it's not, yeah, we're not, this is only a test, so it really isn't gone really. So then if we go, no, but you'd have to save it. How can you do that? How can we do this? No, well, the one thing we could do is if it was that. I think the things have got to reset. I don't think this is suddenly going to lurch into life without being. Yeah, still says out of space. So do we save that? I mean, I've got to be honest. It really wasn't doing much. Like it itself was like not right either. But also, if we're going to do that, we've got to make a choice. How do I make a backup save? Well, I'll tell you what we could do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save back this save up right now, and then I'm going to put this save in somewhere else, as in on another save slot, and put it in like as a completely different save slot. And we're going to load this one from scratch, and then I'm going to keep this one as the original just to see if this actually works. So I'm going to see you shortly. Hello and welcome back. Yes, now we had a major meltdown. Had to restart my computer. This is a duplicate Tuscany. Never put your save game into the game, even when you find out an empty slot, if the game's running, especially when it's a duplicate. It doesn't particularly like it. No, you're alright once you've like come out and come back in, but it's I think it would be the fact that it was pointing to game 4 and the computer knows that game 4 had run and this was identical to game 4. Now yes, they're back, but this until you save you can't lock in any changes. So I thought, well, I need a duplicate map. So this is an exact duplicate. If you look at all of our equipment, it is exactly the same as what we had before. So with that in mind, we are now going to sell that as we did before, but this time we're going to save the game because it doesn't matter. Yes. Now I'm going to save it literally. Oh, I may as well do the greenhouse as well because it doesn't matter. It's all, as I said, it either will work or it won't. It really is as simple as that. Right, okay, so then I'm going to save the game now because this is the duplicate and it doesn't matter what we do. Now then, I'm going to go out of the game, we're going to come back in and we're going to see if that has made any difference whatsoever to the Omatana. And then we're going to try and shift in the Omatana to somewhere else to see if it is, if we put potatoes in, and this is all testing, none of this is really happening in so much as if we have fill points when we pour potatoes in, it's just to test to see if this actually does work. I don't mind if we put 500 grand in, 1 million, just to make happen whatever happens, to find out finally what actually causes this. What is the cause of this? We had the same on Sri Lanka. It could still be the silo, and that's the other thing. We've still got that element. So if I have saved the game, if I quit the game now, it's going to go dark. I'm going to start. No, you will actually see this. That is true. Then if we go, that is the proper Hills of Tuscany. My 16, which we've just saved on, is exactly the same, and that's 217,000. And now we're going back in. Yeah, I wanted to take you with me completely because I always think, I always say chain of evidence. Without you seeing all that I'm doing, how on earth do you know that I'm doing what I'm saying I'm doing? And I'm trying to sort of show you, well, literally learn with you on what is causing this to happen. Because I'm quite sure I'm not alone that this happens. We all know about mod clashes. But what can we do to avoid this going forwards? I've not seen anybody ever put two and two together about these type of things and share that on a knowledge sort of thing like this. About what can't be put with something else. Now, it does always do this little bit of a lurch. Oh, if it doesn't go past 20% and doesn't start moving, then this is really locked up. So what is causing that? Yeah, if it doesn't move past 20%, within a few seconds, something terrible has gone wrong. So that mod, somehow was removing that mod, has caused absolutely the game to be thrashed. I know I can actually, oh yeah, now it is going wrong. I'm going to have to be careful here, because the last time I did this, it really didn't like it. I don't know whether I don't think it's anything for it as moving this, but I'm not sure if this is going to recover or whether we are. No, it's still recording. I can still see the thing going up. Now if you leave this, I think we're going to have to come out of the yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out of this and I'm going to bring you back in when I've sorted this matter out, because this is a little bit odd. It is, and everything's ticked exactly the same in this Hills of Tuscany as it is in the original Hills of Tuscany. So it is a bit of a strange one. So I'm going to see you shortly. Right, we're safe. It's going past 20. So as soon as it's done that, it looks like you've got to come out and go back in when you made a change. I've never known that. I've done this lots of times over the years, and I've never known you have to come out to reload the same game in. But then it is getting a complicated beast, really. Let's have a see what's happened. There were errors in the log file. I had a quick look while I was waiting for this to actually start to respond. So then, has that made a difference? Or are we still out of space? Is it nothing to do with that? Is it to do... Still says out of space. Okay, so is it... If we put this back down, does it do it? Right, let's get this light going. Yeah, because to be honest, I want to see if... I mean, I did say before, last time this happened, right, again, this is still the same save game. If we... Now, I'm not sure we can get rid of the silo, the in-game silo. It's got a lot of stuff in it. Right. Well, it's got a lot of stuff in it, sort of. Yeah, I'm going to look. I don't expect this to... Yeah, I don't expect that to actually make a difference now. I want to do one thing at a time. It's the only way you can ever... You need to have control. So let's save this, because it doesn't matter. We were finding out step by step. Right, I'm going to bring you back in a minute. I'm not going to carry you through. And I'm going to quit to desktop and start again, because it doesn't seem to like it if you quit and load the same game. So I'm going to see you in a few minutes. Right, we are back. Let's see, has this lurched into life? Or is it this that's still bad, still out of space? Okay then. Right, what we're going to do now then is we're going to reload everything into this slot where everything's back, and all we're going to do is remove this one and then re-add it, just to see if it's this one. Because we've added every single element and none of it has made any difference, although we could try removing that itself and then putting it down and saving it and reloading it. That we also need to do that too. We're going to get products and all sorts. We're not worried, because I say we could go straight back. So if we stick that back down and then buy some inputs, set it going, see if it's... Because it did work. I mean, it literally did work. Then we came out the game, which is exactly what happened with the Newell Park thing as well on Saxthorpe, which was very disconcerting. So if I can figure this out, what actually causes this, or what you have to do to fix it if it goes wrong. Is it to do with you having storage? Is it, or is it nothing to do with that at all? Now then, I think we're close. I think we've gone past it. Sure. No, because they're the... No, they are the fish farm and all that lot. Yeah, it's right next door. It's this one here. Right, fantastic. Now we're going to stick... We don't care about money or anything like that. This is just a very quick test. So if we stick in the production... And all we're really interested, we didn't care about the flour and that. Yeah, that's all going to come back. It was the potatoes. So if we stick that and that on, we know there's nothing in there at the minute, and then we stick potatoes in, and we're going to buy. Yes, and we're going to buy again. Yeah. Soon doubles. Yeah, once it gets to be more, it like doubles them each time. It's quite good. I used to think this was a little bit strange, but now it makes perfect sense. Right. Why the... Oh, because there's no water. Right. Okay. Why is the farm factory only showing French fries and premium potatoes, though? Why are these only showing... Have I done tick something active? Oh, you don't want to view all. Yeah, no, that's right. Wow. Oh, I didn't realise you could do that. So you can say... Hide inactive. Oh wow, that's clever. If you only want to see... No, you see, there you go. Sometimes you learn something. Yeah, so the French fries and the premium potatoes, I want to see everything, because I want to see what actually happens on this as we're doing it. So it's the topmost one. Oh yeah, we've hidden it. Right, yeah. That's complicated. Anyway, it looks like it's good. So what we're going to do now is we are going to save the game. We're going to come back in. Do we need to quit? We've not made a proper change, have we? We've not sold... No, we actually just sold the mod itself, so we will. Yeah, I'm going to bring you straight back in as soon as I've restarted this. I am going to quit to the desktop because it doesn't seem to like this, so I'm going to see you shortly. Right, we're back again. So really, we've now got the fresh... This, let's see, does it say... No, it doesn't say out of space. That still doesn't prove what tripped it up, but it does prove that without the other is totally okay. When everything that is all around it on its own, it's absolutely okay. But there's something... Now, I had a theory before on Zilonka that it was having this silo with things... Obviously, it shares its storage, and if there are things in that storage that this should not have... That it can only have in its storage things that it needs for the production. And I'm thinking there were triticale and things like that in it. Although you'd have thought it would have tripped up the process, it seemed not to trip up what you think it does. But I'm still... I know, all I know is every single time we got straw off the fields and stuck it into the silo, which shared its storage with the soup factory on Zilonka, every single time I came back from that save, that was always broken. Always. So what I did the next time was I put my straw in the other silo across the map, which was by the big field where the cotton was. Saved the game, came back in, and lo and behold, I didn't need to sell the soup factory that time. So it did prove it was something about the silo, but something that I'm still not 100% sure. All I didn't do was I never put the straw back in. So if that is true, what we're going to do is I'm now going to save this game, come out, put the original save game back in 16 where everything's back, and all we're going to do is remove the... We're going to just remove this, and we're going to see... Again, what it would have to do is if we made a change to the silo, that the bottom line is it's the silo that's wrong, the storage. If I'm right, and I know it's to do with that, it's sharing storage, it does do some weird things, then really we've got to get rid of that silo, which is not the end of the world, really. We could do that, it's not going to hurt the original game. If it's to do with having the two potato things, though, that's still not going to work. So yeah, I'm determined. I am not going to keep running away from this problem. We are going to find out what it is. At least I'm hoping we can. Yes, I'm going to bring it back in with this being the copy of the map, but also with all of the original elements back in, so the money will be back down to exactly the same as the original Hills of Tuscany. So I'm going to see you in a few minutes. Welcome back again. Yeah, so this is exactly the same as my save slot 4, but this is my save slot 16, the copy of Hills of Tuscany, right back to where it originally was. So we're going to leave this one in and the other one. But being as my theory is based upon observation, is that it's the silo that is the main cause of this, because it shares its storage. We're going to get rid of that because, yeah, we've still got the other silo, and it is a multi-fruit, and it is quite a long way away. We know this doesn't see it. That's the main thing. Also, though, it won't fix that. It will not fix a broken... The one thing I do know through observation is if a production's broken, it doesn't just fix itself. You've got to get rid of it and put it back down. It'll work then. Yeah, it still says out of space. So then, if that is the case, we've now got to get rid of that and then replace it. Right, fantastic. And we will I know we are going to have to do this in the real one, but it's first of all, am I right? That's the main thing. Yeah, I mean, most of this I've never actually done it, but I have observed an awful lot of this particular thing happening. So if we put that back down, sleep through till tomorrow, come out of the game, and do we need to really sleep through? I don't think we do. Well, although I suppose it's a good thing. It's where the game does all of its calculating. So probably it's not a bad idea really to do that. We will do that. Would be nice to figure this out. Right, so yeah, that will do nicely. A little bit closer. Although it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. Yeah, so we now have to stick the stuff in it. So we've got to buy it to make sure it's working. You've got to do it scientifically. There's no point in half doing this. So French fries and premium potatoes. Of course they won't work. We need to buy some water. And we need to buy some potatoes. And I know I could just run and get some, but it's speed. This is a test. Yeah, I would like to actually have a bit of fun and actually play the game, but this has got me so upset. As I said, I literally walked away from this. I just could not be doing with the hassle of actually facing this. But tonight I thought, you know, I'd really like to, for once and for all, actually see what is, you know, like what is happening. We need to buy a little bit more of that as well. We're not worried about the money because this is just a test. Right, so then if we sleep through till tomorrow morning just to make sure, doesn't matter all the elements of the game, it doesn't really matter at all what's cracking off, because this is just us on a duplicate map running through to see what happens. I'm going to save the game, go out, we're going to make sure it's not sent out of space, which it shouldn't do because space is about storage, and that's what I say. Having observed this on Zilonka, and I had to change what was in the storage. It's something that shouldn't have ever been in this. So it can't have that in it. And it's like the production doesn't realise, really. I mean, it's a clever way of, if you ever wanted to increase the storage on this, if you put a storage bin of like a silo, mini silo, down, and you stick one of this next to it, it will have that storage. As long as you don't put anything in it, it actually will work. It is something I am actually toying with the idea of actually doing that, although to be honest I'd usually use the factory upgrade mod, so it's more about observing, make sure you're not too close to a silo, and I'm hoping that we do this right. So it's not saying out of space at the minute, so we're going to save the game. I'm going to literally quit to the desktop, and then I'm going to bring you back in a few minutes, and we shall see if it's okay after, because this is what normally happens. You come back in and you look and it's gone wrong. So yeah, I'm going to see you. Right, well, we're still running. So it does prove it is something to do. It doesn't prove categorically. It does prove that I am on the right lines because it's running after a thing. It also proves that it's absolutely nothing to do with these two productions or the fact that they've got premium potatoes in both and French fries. There's both different icons. So all we need to do now is go back to the proper game and literally rinse and repeat this. And yeah, all we need to do is literally, the only bad thing is I don't like doing this anymore because it dirties the water on when you start selling bits of the farmyard off. Now this is sold for a purpose. This is not to make money. This is because it's got we've only got so much room for sticking stuff in. This is perfectly flat. It's a perfectly good place. Or is there any? I don't think there is. I don't think there was anywhere else, because that's where the pig place was. Really, we've gone right next to the chickens. There's not enough room there for us to stick it. We're not ruining our fields. There's the courtyard here. Again, we could take that shed down, really, I suppose, and stick it down there. Is the other thing we could do. That way we can still, although, do we need 2 silos? I suppose there is that as well. Yeah, right. Well, at least we know we're on the right track. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the proper Hills of Tuscany now, and we're going to rinse and repeat that. We're going to literally sell a silo. Yes, we're going to make money. We're going to sell the Omatana, but we're not going to buy the inputs back in this time. We're going to literally put our own stuff back in, and hopefully, well, we know really, and we'll also be back in the right month for us to get cracking. So I'm going to see you shortly. I used to think, who in their right mind will ever need 20 slots for saving a game? Perhaps, yeah, when you're doing testing and stuff like that, it's quite surprising how you can really... I think I've probably got 3 or 4, maybe 5 slots left because of all the maps I've got on the go and all the rest of it. So, yes, some I could delete, like Saxthorpe that I've now finished and things like that, but yeah... So this now, on the original, should say out of space. It does indeed. So, the bad thing is... Now, yeah, let's have a look at this. If we... Yeah, we've got to sell this. We've got to. It's broken. No matter what. Now, that is an interesting point, actually. No, we've done it already. We did... Yeah, we did that, and it doesn't fix this. Once these are broken, a production's broken, even if you remove the offending item that's causing it... It still doesn't alter anything. That should also get rid of the sorghum out of here, because it wasn't... You see, it hasn't. It's like this was reading the sorghum as being in here. Oh no, did we stick the sorghum in here? Maybe we did, actually. Oh, perhaps we did. Yeah, I don't know. But the bottom line is, it's not cheated us. If we'd have sold 168 tons of sorghum, and that would have got far more product money. Whereas this is going to like literally give us all that sorghum. Of course, the other thing is, it's totally going to scupper our plans, because we were planning on that bread and all the rest of it, and that sold it at the present price. So although it might look, oh yeah, you've made money, I haven't really. I've not made money properly. It's scuppered a lot of our plans. We've still got our potatoes. That's our main businesses, and if we put this back, and obviously I've got to put the factory back. We've still got 227 tons of potatoes. Right, let's stick that back. Do we? No, yeah, I think exactly where it was before. I really do like that. And again, I know I could go down there, but I like the shed down there. We may use it at some point, or we might actually put something else down there. Right, production. Let's stick this back, and then we're going to shift our own stuff in. And haven't we got stuff to do as well, though? Probably. I think we have. Isn't it the month of harvest? I believe it is. Now then, let's look at the back, because it needs to be as close to... I know this is what I was saying on one of the other Let's Plays about... You need to have you need to be able to lock it in place. That's better than I thought, actually. Much better. I think isn't that amazing? That's not V mode either. Right. Smashing. So a little bit of space, just enough for us to get. Yeah. Oh, now that tree. No, it's not in it. Well, I've seen it. It's weird with trees. Some trees will not allow you to go in them, and other trees, even when not in V mode, they sometimes let you go in them. It's really bizarre. So now then, yeah, we know that we can fix this. We can put the potatoes in at any time. What we do need to do is have a look at our harvest and actually get on with some real work. Now we've got far more money than we actually did have, but we've sold a lot of our products, so it's swings and roundabouts. Now what do we own and what is ready? Now that's our farm. No, it's not. Oh, of course. Yeah. Now, this is where our other equipment is, isn't it? Yeah, the Broads and all that lot. Waiting for the day that we decide that we're ready to actually do that. Where is our farmyard? We're over here. Right. Now, do we... let's just have a quick look. It's still not ready to cut. It's that second growth stage. Yeah, that's the golden colour there. Actually, that's not. That's the golden colour there of real grass. So it's September, which I believe is what we did say is the last cut. I can't remember if they are ready. The silage bales are ready now. Whether that's what we were waiting for here. I think they're ready. Oh no, they are. Actually, they are ready now. But what we're really looking for is our, yes, everything's ready. Everything's ready right now. I'd like to do this on a fresh session, but what I would like to do is I think we're going to get the harvest done on, I suppose we could make a start. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is get our, is it mile? I can't remember what I planted in the end now. Sure, it is the mile. It is. Yeah, we replanted mile because I was rather intrigued about it. It was also worth quite a little. Oh, there is a little bit of weeds. Did we not spray that? Oh, I think we did. We just didn't quite get it. Oh, there's a gate there. I'm busy concentrating on the mile and not actually concentrating on where I'm actually going. Now that we need to spin around like that, drop that, and if we can, no, we're alright, yeah, I'd like to get this, and being as this is what we're doing, and we're going to do the potatoes next, then I think I'm going to do this just myself. Yeah, we do need should go above that, so it shouldn't be a problem. Now I've got to be careful with the tree. I'll tell you what we can do. I don't think we've done a 2-3 yet, have we? Well, we haven't done this. We're going to literally to get this going right now to begin with, and then I'm going to take over, and I'm literally going to do 3 and save, activate 6 meters. Make sure, have I done self-unload and all of that lot? Yeah, I have. I thought I would have done, but yeah, with all this swapping of maps and all the rest of it. Right, so we want first, we're going to go grab a trailer. Yeah, and then next session, we're going to do the, really could do one of the bigger ones. One of the bigger tractors, really. Nice class. Did we? Yeah, it's weird with all this. What we've got now. I've got the tractor. Did we buy another tractor that's still down? Or did? Yeah, no. I know this one. I remember buying this one. Yeah, we'll get the potatoes in. But I suppose what we could do is actually stick the potatoes that we're harvesting straight in the storage there, rather than sticking it in there. And I know in real life it wouldn't matter because the older ones are, like older and all the rest of it, but. Although, yeah, do you know, I'd like to play as realistically as possible. We all know I can't do anything about the fact those potatoes are actually a year old. Although I suppose with potatoes that can actually happen. Just about. Now if we stick this here, we are going to take over. I am going to time lapse this because with all that mucking around, it really is going to probably take quite a bit of session. But I thought, I don't know, funny, it's something it does really get on my nerves. It really upset me on Saxthorpe, and it kept me away for quite a few sessions. So it's nice to know what causes. I'm still not 100% sure about the Newell one though, because that one had absolutely no storage near it at all. So that one's a bit of a mystery. But I think that was pallets. I can't. It was almost like, yeah, something out of my hands went wrong with that, and I didn't remove any mods. At least I don't think I did, because that can also cause problems, obviously, and that really is down to you yourself. I have said this. I've got to be more careful about. I've taken some mods out, but I've taken equipment only mods, not the mods that are going to make a difference. Where it's, like the swathing pack. You don't take that out if it's already been accepted by map. Because it's going to throw it, because there's going to be things that are missing. I've done that. I did that a long time ago, and that's what ruined Balkanska and a few other maps. About 4 or 5 Let's Plays, and at the time I just hadn't got the knowledge or the patience to actually sort of think, let's have a go at fixing this. It was just too big a scope. It ruined 4 or 5 Let's Plays, and you were all very understanding. I just got on with basically doing other ones, which was good. But you can't keep running, as I keep saying. You've got to sort of like sort these things out and know why this is, or at least hopefully know it. I mean, I know I'm on the right track. I mean, I know about I first saw this sort of a problem, and Giants have improved it a little bit on the Pioneers map, where I've got a silo right next to the BGA. The silo had got straw in it, so therefore, and a lot of straw, and the BGA, I've got the straw tick because I did actually put some straw in it, but I didn't realise at the time, I knew there was something wrong. It was still reading, but I'd not put 2 and 2 together, because obviously I'm talking to yourselves, but it put a question mark by things, and then I did the same on Morbelleron, and I thought, I've seen this before. And it really did intrigue me, and then obviously I knew it was to do with storage. I've seen it before with the liquid store. No, I don't think this obviously can't do straw at all, because we have got the straw swap enabled. Oh, we haven't. We haven't, because you can't. Right, fantastic. That's all right if it's not. This is a special. I'm not worried. I'm not. I mean, I do love the straw mod. It is really fantastic. But if there is no straw for this, then it's, I suppose it'd have to have been made. There would be straw in real life, because it's very similar to sorghum, really. You can see that. Very, very similar. Probably the same family. But obviously the game, the additional straw mod hasn't, it doesn't understand what this is, so therefore there is no straw. So it is what it is. I was intrigued because I've never done this before. I do love that on any map where you actually can do the crops that you've never done before. It's lovely on Fox Farms, which I'm going to be going back to shortly. The active maps now are obviously Hills of Tuscany. I've got one more episode, I think, of Zilonka. No, not really. I suppose, Zilonka is going to be still active as long as I'm posting Zilonka. And then this is going to literally be, I will have done quite a few sessions by the time Zilonka's finished. It is funny, you don't realise. I mean, when I first did my content creation, I would sometimes post 3 or 4 episodes in a night, and I'd keep up with what I was doing. But to be honest, I think there's not many content creators that post 2 sessions per night. Now I do, every single night I post 2 episodes, which is 14 a week. I always make sure I don't mean I don't ever make a mistake. I do, or I do try to watch and edit it. Sometimes the odd time lapse, I might have done a 2-minute time lapse and I forgot to do that. That sometimes occasionally falls through the net. It does, even if I watch the Let's Play. Sometimes if I'm really pushed and I've got a lot of episodes, what I'll do is I shall put it on VLC player and I'll play it every 5 minutes. I'll literally jump ahead 5 minutes. And as a rule of thumb, it's not a bad way of doing things, because you will almost always catch a time lapse within that 5 minutes if you're going to catch it. Not many of them are less than 5 minutes long, so yeah, as a rule of thumb, it's not a bad thing, but it can catch you out sometimes with little tiny ones, where I've done a bit of wood cutting, and occasionally I found out, there was one the other day on Volcano Island, which again, I'm not sure whether I want to do Volcano Island after Hills of Tuscany, although it's a strange map because it's got a French feel, but it talks about housing of America. So that to me sounds like an American map. So I'm a little bit confused as to whether I'm going to do it as the next American map or whether I'm going to do it as the next European map, because it's also got a French feel to it too. So I'm just not sure what it is. And I've also been on the description and it doesn't tell you, it doesn't say it's American. It sort of hints at France, and then but inside the game it's got the Housing Association of America. So I'm like, I have no idea what to play this as. I am determined to do it because I've actually gelled with the map now, where you like, yeah, it's sometimes you don't always gel with the map. Attingham I never did, even though I do love it in a way. I didn't have a gel, I never have, not an FS19. Not an FS22 either. I thought, FS22, I'm going to gel with Attingham. It's going to be. I did it. I enjoyed elements of it, but not the map itself. I did not. And again, I've said this before. Sometimes I've played a map, Lone Oak, one of my favourite ever FS19 maps. I must have played that game 7 times before I actually got and gelled with the map, and then fell in love with it. It's not just not the map. Sometimes it's elements or something can make you, familiarity can make you do. I don't understand what does, because Oxygen David makes cracking maps. I mean, I love Calmsden. I love Calmsden more than Court Farm. Yeah, Calmsden is my favourite FS22 map. It's beautiful. I've got such fond memories of Calmsden. I don't want to run it again because there's lots and lots of maps. As much as it is my favourite, there's still lots of other maps to see that I don't want to go back. But it is still, nevertheless, it sounds a bit strange that, but it is true. I mean, there are other people's maps that I wish to look at. Yeah, so it is as simple as that. I suppose 5,000, about 5,005, 5,006 it's going to be. It's not the most, but then it is a small field, even with 2 of these together. Well, at least we've done that. Yeah, that is that. It even looks very close to Sorghum, really. Remind me, wasn't this a good... Oh, again, it's probably a low yield as well, but I know it was worth quite a bit. But again, that's what I'm saying. Giants have always done that, where... yeah, so it's quite a long way down, where if it's low yield, a bit like soy's worth a fortune, because it's... Oh, it's not worth a fortune. It really isn't worth a fortune at all. No, it's not. It's... No, it's not. It's only slightly more than corn, so really it's nothing special. Oh well. I fancied doing mile. I've done mile. Yeah, it's now done. So right, let's get that. Stick that in the one and only silo now. Yeah, money's up. Let me just remind myself what was in the sales. Yeah, no, we can't have anything that big. Yeah, let me have a look down at the shop, because my memory of this is a little bit strange. Ah, that's right. We did need to go and get those, didn't we? Yeah, and we've still left that down there. That's not really surprising, I suppose. Yeah, right, so... No, we want it over here. Stick that header back on. I've really put that in the wrong place now, haven't I? We may just, if we push it a little, might be able to stick that on if we sort of push it a little. I do apologise for this, there's not really much I can do about it. Oh wow, it did actually do it. I was thinking, I wonder if how good that system is that actually picks the things up, puts it on, and that's how good it is. It is. That's quite amazing actually. That was literally just a gut. Right, fantastic. So our first harvest. Next time we've got the massive. Do we? Yeah, I was going to say. The Let's Play is getting on now, and like anything, when you're in your first years, you struggle, and we've got that fantastic bit of kit to take the taste, but it is a bit of a monster. Do release something. We can't afford to buy something, but do release something. Why have I come around here? I don't know why I'm around here. I mean, the biggest thing we've got to do is, as I said, really was the cows. Now then, the sheep. Did we... Yeah, let's have a look at the animal. We don't need to run. We can have a look. Let's make sure that I've actually... Yeah, obviously, I've confused myself because, no, that's all good. And that's all good too. Yeah, so we're ready for tomorrow, but we got ourselves up to this point, so we are actually good. I don't mind having these. I think I am right, though. No, we did buy 2, didn't we? We've got 2 of these now. I'm sure we have. That's the one thing we did buy. The potato technology. We bought 2 agri-sets. Yeah, I'm quite happy with those, even though they're tiny. If something came up in the sales that was super duper. But I think that one by Pepe, I think what we're going to do is, being as we are in potatoes in a big way, like any farmer that can afford it, I think you would go bigger, because this is your industry. This is what you've put your mind to. I suppose what I could do, because I have no intention whatsoever of doing the other that we've got. I know we've got the equipment to do it, and I know why we're given that equipment, really. That was because you can't buy, I think it's the white grapes or something like that. We're not going to do it. We're not. So what I'm going to do is the grape technology. We're going to sell all of it. Because we're already busy and we've already chosen our industry in this, really. The forklift 2, it's all from that section. The Rex I'm going to bring over here. Let's have a look on the map to see what's left. It was all our equipment. I think it is just the Rex, and I think that's probably still grape technology. Yeah, with the mulcher, the little cancella. And we should also have, probably in trailers, yeah, that for the grapes. I think that's it. Yeah, the little Rex we will bring across. I think that's it. I do. I think that's all we've got left is a something next to the Rex. Okay, that's the last thing. The subsoiler, of course it is. So then we're going to... No, I'll bring that off camera. I'm not going to... Well, I probably am going to reset it, but I'm not going to reset it on literally on camera. So then, we've now got 546,206. Oh, I think we are going to... Let's make sure I have reset, because obviously we were playing... No, were we playing around with this earlier? No, I don't think we were. We didn't reset any vehicles. But I think what we're going to do is we are going to get a piece of potato technology. But I know what I'm going to go with, and it's a shame we didn't get anything in the sales, because the one that I'm going to choose now is something that I'm going to probably use a lot. Is it in beet technology? It is. Beautiful. Terados T440 multi-harvester. This little beaut here. We're going to go for this. That's the smallest capacity. It's a cracking price. And we're going to go for the potato technology in this, because you can get headers to pretty much do everything, which is something else I like about it. We're going to go for standards. I don't want anything special. We're also going to change the colour to be brown, because if we're going to go into anything else, I don't think we are on this Let's Play. Right, so we'll go down and we'll grab that. Is our low loader enough? No, there is a mod I'd like to bring in, actually. I don't think it is. There's a low loader, again by Holes FS, that I need to stick in the game for next session. So we're going to leave it there. We've got a very tiny amount of mile, so it's not a really good. And next session we're going to get on with this harvest, with our big harvester. We're going to bring the Rex across as well, so that everything's at this one farm. We're not going into that. Obviously we're 12 sessions in, and I've done 4 or 5 sessions since then. Next month we're going to do the grass. We've got the silage to bring across, but the most important thing we've got now is the potatoes. So we'll get that done this coming session. So all that remains to be said for this particular session is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.